Hello, everybody, and welcome to Three Airs AMA. We are back. Anita Mlakar is my name, and I'm the host of this Three Airs AMAs, and I'm really happy to have you here today. And as you know, we're doing these AMAs every Wednesday at 5 o'clock p.m., of course, Central European time. And if you have time, please make reservation for that day to be with us because this is your opportunity to ask questions and of course to write some comments in the chat. This is actually an opportunity to be with us live. And this is what we are also doing today, a special AMA where we will be answering all of your questions. Do write it in the comment. I won't be the one answering them, but Sandi, B10 CEO of 3Air, will be with us in a couple of seconds. And of course, we will talk about what is going on at 3Airs right now. So stay tuned, as they say, and please do join us on our channels. We are on Telegram, we are on Discord, on Twitter. We are having every now and then also Twitter Spaces, where is also another opportunity for you to be with us, of course, to chat, and there's opportunity to speak to us live. You can, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click like if you like today's AMA, and please do be a part of this, what is going on right here, right now. As always, I do a short introduction of our project every time we start, and this is what I will do right now. So 3Air is a blockchain-based telecom platform focused on bringing broadband internet, digital TV, and telephone to millions of Africans. So 3Air's mission is to connect Africa's unconnected population to the rest of the world through blockchain-based ultra-fast wireless broadband access. The lack of fast, stable, and affordable access to the internet connection in most parts of Africa has economic consequences besides limiting people's potential to grow. There are so many bright minds in Africa, and this is their opportunity. So 3Air is here to make a change, and it's already happening. I hope you are a part of it. Our goal is to be the medium through which people can actualize their dreams via uninterrupted broadband internet access. So again, welcome to be here with us. I would like to invite and say hello to our CEO, Sandi Bittens. Hello, Sandi.
Hello, Anita. Hello, everyone.
You have a very nice, very bright, colorful shirt today.
Yeah, it's something that I pulled over my other T-shirt because I'm cold.
You're cold because you're still not well. I think so,
Yeah,
Sandi.
I think I still have a bit of fever. It just yeah, cough a lot. It is
Yeah.
how it is. So this is how I spent most of the holidays, let's say.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that there are holidays right now. Not only in Slovenia, we have ended them yesterday, but you still have holidays in Dubai, some sort of holidays, right?
Yeah, so the here it's I think it's like the major holiday of them all. It looks like it nobody's working for this week. And I don't think even the banks are working, so like literally nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, so the whole week holidays like you but you had it last week in all over Europe mostly, right?
Yes, we did. We did. We did spend some holidays, some time off, and it was good. We are still a little in this holiday mood, you know? Everything is not working just as it should because, there were really days at ease, and now we are getting back to that, to work.
Yeah, yeah. It does feel like this because nobody is answering anything, to be honest. So everybody is like really off, even in the crypto space, and you're not really used to that. Probably the general market sentiment doesn't help a lot in getting the traction. So it's kind of like everything just got together in these 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Sandy, we have already some comments in our chat. It's really nice to have people with us today. And as Carlos is saying that the video is even more clearer today. Really?
The video is more clear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a better light, I think. Something like that.
Well, I hope we are always clear so that they can see and hear us, of course. But this is what we are doing, Sandy, not, of course, in Dubai and Slovenia, although it maybe we should, but bringing such clear picture and internet and connection to Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really something that we all need. We cannot not imagine our life without internet. So, Sandy, 3Air is very active, no matter if there are holidays or not. Do tell us what is going on right now.
Well, also 3R isn't really so much active this week, to be honest,
Okay.
and the previous. So there were, you cannot keep everyone working over the holidays. It's impossible. So, yeah, I was in Amsterdam, and then after Amsterdam, I was in London. I heard you were in London also.
Yes, I went to Paris and to London. Oh my God, it was so great.
Yeah, we just
Really.
missed each other for a day or something like that.
Yeah, we are bad at planning. We have to admit that.
Yeah, too bad. So this was it. The events were good. Some connections were made. Following up on those right now. But else, so development work started again yesterday. So we are again working on the NFT platform, and hopefully I'll be able to show you the demo by the end of the week, or at least just maybe Monday. But yeah, we did give our developers, the majority of the developers. So Rock was still working all the time, but the majority of the rest of the team had kind of a bit of a few days off.
Rock is always working. I have that feeling that he is active all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, yes, we need to take care of him, so he doesn't burn out.
You know what? He's young and full of energy. So yeah, we have
Hmm.
a good young member of the team with us. That's great. Sandy,
Absolutely.
talking about NFTs, utility focused NFTs, we are actually believe that this is the future, right? The 3Air, and this is why is this plan to launch NFTs that will give, let's say, holders real benefits.
Yeah, sure. NFTs have a lot of, let's say, unexplored properties yet. The majority that we are using NFTs right now is really for, proving some ownership of some images. So we have the collectibles there. We have some art. There are some NFTs coming out with music and some additional rights to the music and so on. There are some NFTs being used already for ticketing and so on. So we are getting into a bit of some additional use cases. So what we're trying to do is get some additional use cases to the NFTs. So our NFTs, what we're doing right now is there will be an artworks connected to it. So that's for sure. Laura is doing a part of this artworks, and we are also connecting with other African artists to just to support them. And but from our side, from the 3R side, we'll be adding some additional properties that go into internet connectivity. So as I already explained a few times, sorry, it's gonna be like you're gonna hold an NFT, you're gonna plug it into our system, and according on what kind of NFT you have, you'll get your internet connectivity. So this is how it works in general. And what it allows is actually that I can, if I don't use the NFT, my whole subscription to the fullest, I need to go somewhere on vacation or something like that, I can send it to you, and then you can use it on your side. Or I can just send it to somebody who really needs it, or to a school, where we're working a lot on school connectivities. And probably there'll be Oh, this is really fun to watch. When once you give somebody some tools, they usually start building something out of it. And I can already imagine that there will be some people that will be just buying up some NFTs and then renting them out, and making some additional revenue streams on that. And this is what the NFTs actually allow you then to do on the secondary market. And it's not up to us. Actually, we can just try to enable as many things as possible.
Yeah, yeah, well, great opportunities anyhow. This is your opportunity, of course, to ask questions. As I said, there are so many questions being asked in our communities on Telegram and everywhere, and now is really a chance to put some into action right here, right now, because we have Sandi live. So Sandi, there are some questions also about the launch of the token. I'm sure that there will be one popping out right now or here in this AMA. Could we say something about that?
So we just front run them.
Yeah.
Um, Look, just I'm really sorry, but there are no information about the token launch right now. So no new info. As I said, the last week and a half, I haven't been able to speak to anyone really, and push things further. So we're still looking to get launchpads in, and we did get approved by one central exchange, so that's a good thing. We are making progress, we are making steps, but everything needs to fall in place. And even with the current market sentiment, it doesn't make sense to launch a token right now. I do think that we're not launching the token just to launch a token. We do want to have a successful launch, and just launching in a trend that's right now here, and it I don't see it doing any good to anyone. So I think, yeah, we need to still wait a bit. Although I do not want to wait, really, myself. I would really like to have this off of my chest and have the token out, but I do want it to be right and successful. And there are still a few things that need to fall in place. As I said already, technically we have everything under control. We've now even made steps, technically steps in ahead to have everything multi-chain ready. So the token will be possible to bridge to any of the EVM compatible chains, or even to other chains that are not like really 100% EVM. We'll also have the NFTs will be cross-chain. So you'll be able to carry the NFTs around. So what we're doing right now is really focusing on getting all those connections in, and you can leave me as soon as we have the information. I'll share it with you.
Okay, we need some patience right now. So, Richard, thank you for your question. Can you tell us today a bit more about the status of the 10 millions investment on the ground, milestones, planning, legislation?
Yeah, so the investment starts this month. I think it should start in a few days. Um, let me see. I could probably get somebody on the next AMA that is a bit more hands-on this. So I do work on the blockchain part, right? So the how exactly the local teams are doing, I need to check up. And but the investment starts there this month.
Okay, thank you.
The I know that the hardware is being produced already, so that I know. Yeah.
Oh, that's something. Sandy, there was some talking in our Telegram community about notifications and the whole communication that is going on in our channels, of course. And some of them said that there are maybe too much push notifications because those who are regularly there are reading them a lot, but there is a point to it. Of course, we are here to also listen to the people in our community to say what they think, and of course, to listen and to do something about it. But could you tell us a little more about this communication?
Yeah, I also think that it goes a bit into the wrong say wrong side. So
Way.
we are trying to correct this. So what has happened is that a lot of people joined. We need to inform them about what we are doing and so on. And also a lot of people came up to us and asked us if they can, just be community managers and help us out. And we just took on the and we're trying to build up a group of ambassadors who'll spread the word. And I think it's working all over the social media. If you look what's happening also on Twitter, not only on Telegram and on Discord. There are our ambassadors that are there, that are supporting people, that are writing the answers, making people aware of what we're doing. And maybe in the Telegram group it just got a bit of exaggerated, so we are tuning this down a bit, so that everyone else can also start. When I do invite everyone to actually write something, post some questions. It's going to be far easier to answer some questions, maybe get some conversations going.
Yes, yes, of course, talking about interesting themes, and but it's also nice to hear the opinions so that we can create even a better community environment for the people who are with us. Now there is a question from Carlos. I want to hear from Sandy. Have all the winners of the 3R tokens giveaway been awarded yet?
So the token is still not out. So we nobody got the tokens yet. So once the tokens are live, once we launch a token, everyone gets the same option. So you need to log into our system, and you should see the tokens there that are waiting for you. And once they're available for claiming, you'll be able to claim it from there.
Okay. We have a comment here, which is good to go through. I fully agree with Sandi. Launching the token right now won't do anybody any favor. Just like Didi says in the Telegram group, however much we want the token to launch, we also have to think about our investments. So rushing to the dead end doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, currently everything is so much on the downtrend, and the market is so nervous that none of the outcomes actually work well. So the smaller, the newer, the worse for them.
Yeah. Richard, can you make sure the team on the ground will make some beautiful video documentary? We need to
Yeah,
show the
yeah,
world the good work that will
absolutely,
be done.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, we are doing that.
That's great. There was something you have already done when you were in Nigeria, I think. So there was some nice videos, and people really like that because they got the feeling how is it on the field, what is going on. Also, I think Sierra Leone. So yeah, great.
Yeah, we have some footage from Sierra Leone. I don't know how much of this was published yet, but I don't know. I know that it's waiting, and Ruba has the control over that. How this gets released. But what we did is a documentary in Ethiopia. So I think you meant that one, right?
Sandy, there are a lot of blogs being given for the people to read. There are one who are educating people. There are some great stories also. Maybe in a way, also we have this author with a way of a fiction story, but the goal is the same to have an insight of how it actually is in Africa and what Three Air team is doing.
Yeah, of course. There's many things. The whole project is so complex that. I a lot of times get when I try to explain it, it's too much. It's too much for one go. So what we've been trying now, and I think that the last blog was actually one part of this, is trying to really make it in as simple terms as possible what we're trying to do. And we also made an image there, so this is coming from one angle, what the actual value of the token is in the whole three-year ecosystem. And what we're doing right now, and I think this is all almost ready, it's another infographics that shows how we are actually what the steps are that we are trying to do to get people from the unconnected, unbanked, powerless, to connected, banked, and empowered. So there are a few steps in between, and there's a lot of project that claim to be banking the unbanked, but the problem is that the majority, there are still more people that don't have the internet connection, that they don't have bank accounts, and no, they in majority they overlap. So the majority of the unbanked actually don't have internet connection. So you need to start there. You cannot just jump in and start getting people on blockchain, because you can't. So the majority of people that are right now using the let's say the apps that are tend to bank the unbanked are actually the ones that are already banked. So this is where the first really big gap is. So connecting people. And the other one is that if you have people that are unbanked, you need to get them the ability to actually get their funds somehow on the blockchain, right? And that's the second part, where you cannot just give people a DeFi app and expect them to be able to use it if they're unbanked. If you want to get your funds on the blockchain, you usually need to go through an exchange. So you would then need to have a bank account already, so you can make a wire transfer, or you pay with credit card. That's usually the two things that you do, right? And if you want to, that's kind of a catch 22. If you want to bank the unbanked, and then you require them to have a bank, prior to this, it doesn't make really much sense. So this is also a part that we are working intensely on, because we know it's a problem. So well, there are a few projects out that are trying to do something like peer-to-peer transfers. And also Binance is quite big in this. So what they're doing is they're setting up people that are kind of validated with them, and then the new users can go to them and pay with cash, and then those people will actually credit them crypto on their crypto accounts. So this is how you then get the money, cash, onto the blockchain. And of course, it also needs to work the other way around, right? You can also not expect that people will just stay all 100% crypto or something like that. They also need some money for daily expenses. So it also needs to work the other way around. So I need to be able to send my crypto somewhere and then get cash out. So this is also intensely a part of the work that we are trying to do and support, because those are the two things that nobody is really thinking about. So whoever says they're banking the unbanked, you literally need to ask them, what about the ones that are not connected, and what about the ones that actually don't have a bank account and cannot get money on blockchain?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if I read correctly, but about around 13% of adult people don't have any access to financial or bank, not only accounts, but they can't reach anything from it. So is that possible? 13% of adult
Yeah,
people? We cannot imagine today an adult, being without an account or somehow being connected to that.
yeah, that's correct. The numbers go into billions of people that don't have the bank accounts, but there are like 40% of people that don't have internet connection. So that's
Yeah.
also quite big.
Yeah. So no banking services. Then on the other hand, no internet connection. Yeah. Well, this is going to be a huge change after that. Um, Yoga, we have a question. Are you also planning to develop a Fiat on ramp for those people?
So we're not developing our own Fiat on ramp, but we are partnering up with providers. It's impossible to do what we are trying to do. We need our 100% focus on it, and having a Fiat onboarding ramp is just it's so much. It's not so much technically intensive as it is legally intensive. So you need to have a whole army of lawyers to be able to be regulated and compliant in each country, because in each country that you take on, that you onboard new clients on, you actually need to have kind of a permit or license or be compliant in some kind of a way. And that means it's also not you set things up and then, even if you do it right legally the first day, um, regulations in crypto space are changing literally in weeks. Just to take a look at what happened to India, right? So India, they switch their stance on crypto every 2 weeks, I think. Now they are again pro crypto. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
probably next month they'll probably again ban it. It's just how it
Yeah.
is.
It's really changing all the time. And you said like regulations are changing and everything. So you have to actually be aware of everything that is going on. And we are talking about educating people all the time. But Sandy, uh, also people from the team like you need to educate yourself. So where do you get all the knowledge? All the
Uh,
time.
well, internet, right? Sorry.
We are back to
Mm,
internet, right?
yeah, everything on internet. So you can get. I think let's talk about a bit about the education system right now. I think it's totally wrong. It's like so archaic. It's um, they try to teach you a lot of stuff that you actually don't need. You need to memorize it. I don't know why we would need to memorize things right now when we have everything at hand, right? Of course, you need to memorize the things that that's really the most important. But just memorizing, all the history and everything, you can just look it up. What is really important is, I think, searching for information and putting this information together and to good use. I think one of the big problems right now is that we are overwhelmed with information, and that nobody is actually validating it. So we need to be the ones that are validating what's true and what's not. So this is now, so I think that the major issue. So what is true, what is true, and what's not. So if you're able to pick the right information out of all the stuff, it's I think that's the most important thing that you can do right now and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to watch some cool people on YouTube. I tend to read some blog posts every day. So that's for sure something. And I go around some conferences and try to learn there from really smart people.
Hmm.
So this is how it is. And I don't know, so in London there was the Financial Times event. I already know that, but when I was hearing there, there was I think there was a woman from Fidelity or GSR, I don't know. She was explaining that the OTC markets are right now are literally booming. So since the beginning of the year, we didn't see much price movement, right? And that would indicate, okay, there's not so much buying going on, and also the volumes actually decreased. But OTC is like going crazy. So this means that large buyers are coming in, but buying it from exchanges directly, not from the open market. And what this means is that it won't affect the market immediately. And this can go on for months and months, but at one point the supply shocks comes in place. So there's no going around it. At one point also the exchanges are going to need to start buying up the tokens that are sold over the counter, and that's probably when we are going to see a major shift again. So it's also important, of course, to know what's happening on the macro level of crypto.
Yeah. Maybe this is a question also for our members of community and those who are with us today. How do you educate yourself, or where do you find information? Because I think, Sandy, like you said, not it's not a problem, to go and find information, but we need to know what we are looking for. So, first to be educated in a way, what do we need and what is important right now in our lives? And then, of course, we can search. If we don't have a clue about it, then we don't know what information to seek for. That's, I think, the problem also.
Yeah, sure. You of course you need to follow what what you're curious about. I think you need to be curious a bit, and then just read and read a bit more, and then read still a bit more, and just be open minded. And what I tend to notice is that the more I read, the more I want to read, the more I think I need to know something, something more, something new. There's always questions popping out. It's not only answers. It answers one thing, but then another opens up, and I need to follow that one then.
Yeah, to go deeper and deeper and seek. That's another thing. We're for years talking about the school system. I think in probably in every country. I know here in Slovenia, we're talking about the school system, that it's slow and not up to date and so on. And then, thank God, there are people who educate themselves and then they share the knowledge through I don't know, social networks, or they make something on air, just to be present. And this is the way that we can learn. And of course, we come back to connection, because we
But
need
this can
internet.
also be dangerous. I need to say this can also be dangerous. So you follow the wrong people. That it's some people really have that natural persuasive ability. They're like really so sure of themselves, and they can tell you such a good story, but then there's nothing behind it, or there's even some scam behind it. So you also need to be careful who you actually trust. It's not only you cannot follow only one person. So if you're interested in one topic, you should listen
Yeah.
one person, yeah, to one person that's really really hyped about it, and then you need to listen to the other guy that's also putting it down, and then you need to listen to at least 10 people, I would say, if you want to have a good knowledge, and then actually know what's the truth. Then you cannot just listen to one person, and then you're just listening to what you really want to listen to, what you want to hear, and that's not educative. So yeah, absolutely, you need to even if you believe, yeah, and you want to believe like this is true, and it's like everybody is, when there's so much hype around it, you know, any cryptocurrency, you just need to listen to somebody who says the opposite also, and then you need to know what's true and what's not, but you need to be able to listen to it.
Yeah. We need a choice so that we can compare, different
I think
alternatives.
that's harder to do than actually somebody might believe. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It is. Petra says, be hungry for knowledge. I do agree on that.
but she really is hungry for knowledge, that I can tell you.
Okay, Jules says something. Look at that. Live AMAs with Sandi, YouTube, Twitter has been a major contributor to my knowledge too. TBH, no books at all. I think it all comes back to my reading. I'm so visual. Okay, yeah, well, visual media, important.
Yeah, of course. I think the audiobooks or podcasts or AMAs,
Yeah,
or those things, of course they're really yeah. So yeah, visual. If I think we what we are lacking, and I know we are lacking a bit, is a bit of some explanatory videos, and so if there is anyone who wants to take on this, if we have a good animator in our midst, he should come forward. We're for sure looking for some good animators. So absolutely, we're very different. We're very very different how we learn. So some actually learn better visually, some are need to hear it, some need to read it. I think that the best is still if there is a mix, right?
Mhm.
Then you tend to learn and remember it better.
Yeah, we
Mm.
have all
There
sorts
are
of.
even some techniques with learning where you actually press, on some points, and that's actually then the another channel where you can kind of sink this in. And it is funny, just think about it. If you listen to a song that you've heard maybe only once or twice, right? But when you hear it the third time, you'll able actually be able to repeat it, or sing it with it, and you know what it is about. But if you just read something, or it's just hear it, just try and do it like that, it just doesn't. Now there's a lot to learning, not only just sitting behind the book and reading it.
Yeah. And also in every audience, we have visual people and we have audio people and kinesthetic people. That means that they're approaching differently. And I think this is what we're doing actually also in 3R. We're trying to connect to all of them with visuals, also something with video and with emotions, right? Also pointing to emotions. And that's good. That's good. That's the way to do it. And maybe we should also ask people what else would they like, because we have Twitter space like audio, we have AMAs, it's video, we have blogs, we have something to read. We're talking about what we're doing and it's based on emotions. So maybe there will be some good ideas also. What else could we do? So you're welcome to write it down.
Yeah, we're always open to suggestions.
And if you have something for Sandy's coffin, oh my God, Sandy, you're really not okay yet, and you're yet working.
Yeah, so I've been coughing since 10 days now. So
Oh,
it's getting better. It's getting better. So yeah, I think I need a couple more days and then I'll be 100% again. But now these days is just behind a computer, really warm up, and some tea for me.
you know what we're drinking in Slovenia if we have coffin or we have a sore throat or something? Schnapps, or how do you call it? It's
No?
medicine. It's alcohol.
Yeah,
Schnapps.
it's medicine. That's a good excuse, I would say.
To drink alcohol,
Yeah,
right? Also, whiskey helps if or rum if you don't have it.
whatever. Just it needs to be alcohol, right? Well, I tend not to drink alcohol when I'm sick or coughing.
Oh, we have a suggestion here, but I don't think that's good. You should drink some Radenska water for your throat. That's not because it
No.
has bubbles.
Yeah, I don't like bubbles at all. So
They're not doing any good for the throat, bubbles. So
no,
tea, it's
it's just
okay.
warm tea with some honey and with some lime, and that's it. That's perfect. I think I drank like 3 liter of tea per day now in the last week.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can just imagine. Let's see what it says, Yoga. Maybe you can post the briefing for the animated videos into Discord and then make a giveaway competition out of it. There is a suggestion.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I think we already have some scripts out written. Yeah, I think we need to get Ruba on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's point this out to Ruba.
Richard says it's Amsterdam fever. Yes,
It
because
was. I think it was from Amsterdam, to be
yeah,
honest.
I
But
remember you.
Amsterdam was crazy. I thought that Dubai is crazy, but I think Dubai was pretty much okay because we kind of were open all the time, so nobody no there were no lockdowns. We had some restrictions in place that were really minor, and there were some restriction in how many people could be together, in a room in the beginning, and we still needed to wear masks and everything. And then um, but when I came in Amsterdam, I think it was just like a week after they opened up everything, and I think it was overnight. It was going from full restrictions just to everything open up, no masks, nothing. Everyone can, just crawl over everyone. I don't think that's good also. So I think the people literally got a bit crazy and
Mm.
just wanted to enjoy what they couldn't in the past 2 years, and that's probably also not the way to go. So yeah, I probably got something from around there. And I also think that, now that we were so locked up, there was also not so much like the regular flu going
No.
around, and the common cold and everything. And I think that our our um, our immune systems need to be trained for that,
Yeah.
and
It
they're
got
not. And
worse.
mine for sure wasn't. So yeah, that's probably why it's a bit worse than I'm used to.
Yeah, our immune system is really worse, And now that we get out, we just catch everything that is around us. So yeah, we will be okay. We will go
We will be okay.
into
Absolutely.
normal. But it's really interesting. When I was flying now and at the airport in Italy, in Venice, everybody we should wear this VTTP mask or whatever they are. And then we came to Paris and we were all like wearing masks and nobody was wearing masks there. So we put it down. And then we went to London, it was down and up, you just cannot imagine and you don't know what is coming. So it's really interesting.
So I went from Amsterdam, and I went from Amsterdam with the train to London. And once we passed Amsterdam to Belgium, they announced, now you need to wear masks. And then it was the same train, it was same people. We didn't even stop in between, right? And then they were coming because we passed the
Order?
and into the border into another country. They were coming around and bugging us to now put on masks. So
Yeah.
I don't know. In Amsterdam, the virus, they doesn't have a passport to go there or a visa or
No,
something like that.
no.
That's probably so. But once we came then to London, London is still kind of recommended, and you should be wearing masks. But once I came out on the train station, even the police weren't wearing masks. So
Yeah.
then nobody was wearing them
No,
anymore.
no, no, no. They're really open there now. So
Yeah, it's interesting how times are changing right now.
it's really different, and we have changed, because there are some people who still have problem with giving a mask away. They got used to it. They're afraid, and so we have now like different people, different thinking, and we just have to adjust and accept everyone for whatever they're doing, and follow ourselves through that, and that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am ringing the bell for the last questions, if there are any more. We are more than 40 minutes on, Sunday. We said we will be here as long as the questions will be coming
Yeah, I
on.
literally thought that today's AMA will be like less than half an hour, to be honest. So, I think everyone is more or less still in vacation mode.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
no, it's nice. So, 45 minutes. It's cool.
Yeah, we had some nice conversation and some great questions. So thank you very much. Sandy, should we add something before we close this AMA?
No, I just I'm looking forward for next week's. I think next week's AMA will be far more exciting with a lot of additional news. So I think next week's AMA we'll have some cool stuff. That's for sure.
Here it is. Reminder, next week, someone from the on the ground team.
Yeah, let me see. Let me try to organize that.
Okay. So thank you very much for all the questions. Thank you, Sandy, for giving us the answers and for this nice chat. It was really great. And again, we would like to invite you to be a part of our communities. Please join us. We are also very active on our social networks, so there are a lot of informations there. And every Wednesday, we will meet here, 5 p.m. and do our AMA. And we would like really now to welcome you to another week's AMA. So be with us, stay with us. Get well soon, Sandi, says
I
Yoga.
will. Yeah, next week I'm 100%. No worries.
Okay, Sandi, have a great day and stay
You
healthy.
too.
Thank you for
Bye
being
bye,
with us.
everyone.
Bye bye.